What's going on, guys? It's Steven from the BS Show, and we have some fun breaking news today. It looks like the UFC is trying to schedule Masvidal versus Nate Diaz 2 for sometime in January. I'm not sure if this one's for the BMF belt as the first one was. As you know, that first fight had a lot of hype on it. Nate Diaz just beat Anthony Pettis and called out Masvidal after Masvidal had a fantastic performance, knocking out Ben Askren in record time. So that fight had a lot of hype on it. They made a BMF belt, The Rock came out. It was a big deal and a fun night of fights. But as you all may remember, it was a very anticlimactic fight, with the doctor unfortunately stopping it due to cuts on Nate Diaz's face. As you all know, Nate Diaz's cut's very easy. He has a bunch of scar tissue on his face, as does his brother. I mean, he even said in his post-fight, "You sneeze on me, I bleed." It just is part of the way his face structure is, and it's unfortunate. Maybe he needs to go get the surgery that his brother had to get that bone shaved down so he doesn't cut as easy. But it led to an anticlimactic, very unfortunate ending to those night of fights. But it's cool we get the rematch now. I'm just hoping and praying that contract negotiations go smoothly. I mean, both of these guys are coming off of a loss, but Nate Diaz's loss is due to a doctor stoppage to Masvidal, and Masvidal's loss is coming from the champion in a short notice fight. So yeah, not a lot of merit there, but we all know the UFC tries to strong arm their fighters. We all know that Masvidal and Nate Diaz will fight tooth and nail to get what they deserve to get paid, so good for them. I hope they do make every single cent that they want. And yeah, let's talk about that first fight a little bit. In the first fight, it looked like Masvidal was getting the better of Nate Diaz. It just seemed like he had more power on all of his shots. He seemed a lot sharper, kicking Nate with those body shots that really started to hurt Nate and fold him over. In the clinch, where I thought Nate Diaz was going to be better and have more work done, it just seemed like Masvidal was the stronger guy. So yeah, pretty much Masvidal worked Nate Diaz for the whole first 3 rounds or whatever it was until the fight was stopped. But we all know that Nate Diaz comes in strong in those later rounds, and we've seen it over and over again where Nate Diaz walks through punishment in the first few rounds. Their opponent gasses out, and then they begin to put on the work, put the pedal to the metal, and accumulate shots and eventually break and wither their opponent. So was that going to happen in this fight? That seems to be the narrative, but Masvidal was like, no, I wasn't slowing down. What are you talking about? Personally, I don't think Masvidal was wearing out. I'm a Stockton boy, so I know I'm supposed to be Team Diaz, War Diaz all the way, but I love MMA in general. I love both Masvidal and Diaz, and I try to look at these things non-biasedly. So yeah, I mean, look at, in Masvidal's defense, look at his short notice fight versus Usman in a 5-round fight versus a very grueling fighter in Usman who wrestled Masvidal, clinched him up against the cage, and Masvidal still went 5 rounds with him and was still looking to take off Usman's head in the very end, the 5th round. So yeah, Masvidal has a gas tank in my opinion, especially with a full camp, but I am excited for this one. This video is just going to be a little quick hitter, and once the negotiations go smoothly, fingers crossed, and the fight is officially signed, I'll do a full fleshed out fight thought video on it, and we'll go a little more in depth in both the first fight and this fight. But yeah, I love this rematch. I feel like I kind of have my pulse on the MMA community, and I feel there are going to be a lot of upset fans kind of wishing that Jorge Masvidal fought someone more higher in the ranks like a Leon Edwards. But in my opinion, this is the perfect fight for Jorge Masvidal. One, he already feels like he could beat Nate Diaz. He had a pretty dominant first fight with them, and it's a big money, a big payday. So yeah, of course he's going to want to go with that first, and then he's going to move on to someone higher in the ranks like a Leon Edwards, like a Colby Covington, or maybe a rematch with Kamaru Usman, depending on how stuff plays out up there. But yeah, I feel like this is the right move. And for Nate, I mean, you know what Nate's trying to do. He just wants money, big fights that he likes. So yeah, I always love watching Nate fight. I'm a Stockton boy, and I know no matter what, Nate Diaz is going to bring it, win, lose, or draw. I'll always be a fan, and I don't foresee Nate fighting for any championships in the future, but I know he's always going to put on fun and exciting fights. So yeah, fan for life of both of these guys. And I love this fight. I love the rematch. I'm curious if it's going to play out different. But that's it for this one, guys. Until next time, peace.